Well now, the Star Citizen Ship Showdown has shown up for us to throw down on what ships we use to remove our frowns as we travel above and across the ground. I'm here to propose to you the often overlooked Reliant series, and in particular the military variant, the Reliant Tana. The Reliant class are named after the ship used by the beloved warlord Khan Singh to defeat the Enterprise.
Let's be friends.
Slowing to 1/2 impulse power.
Reliant in our section, this quadrant, sir. And slowing.
Just like its namesake, the Tana was bred in the manta ray tanks of Misk for battle. Of course, as the military variant of the Reliance, the Tana's got to come standard with far less firepower than its civilian cargo hauling counterpart. Now, before we do anything, we got to load it out like one of them fancy YouTubers.
It's terrible. I'm sorry. I know that the Tana gang is strong out there. The Tana Cult, Tana Cult is strong out there. You guys need to calm down, all right, and try out another ship, okay?
First, let's toss out that pond scum paint scheme. This ain't no Dagobah dredged up X-Wing. Throw on some Tashima turrets to bring us up to the firepower standards of that civilian counterpart. Gotta throw on some Hurston attrition repeaters, cause they look dang sick with our paint job. Now you know we're ready to pull some dank nooners with Yammy Noob. Now our sweet little Tana is all glammed up and ready for the dance. Now the Tana has been compared to the B-Wing from Gene Roddenberry's popular Stargate series with its rotating wings and stationary cockpit. Personally, I don't see it. The B-Wing only has one wing on one side. Now, hold on a second. Ah, there we go. Yep, I can see it now.
Cutting the engines and gliding in like a glorious coasting stealth squirrel was a bad idea!
The B-Wing and its double-winged compadre, the Reliant, were both designed to fulfill some very specific goals in space combat. Namely, to show up at the start of the battle flexing them menacing muscles with your allies, unfolding the wings, and looking downright deadly. Then, to disappear throughout the entirety of the battle so you never see one blow up, killing anybody, or entering the Death Star with all its compadres. See, that's because the B-Wing and the Reliant both draw incredibly lethal amounts of enemy fire. And what's worse, they fail to look wicked awesome while they die in a spectacular blaze of glory. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But look on the bright side, noble Reliant pilot. Your death gets cut from the final movie, so your family doesn't have to live with your pathetically underwhelming death. The Tana is most talked about for its amazing security design, a feature that prevents Goldilocks from getting into the cabin after she dared sleep in your bed. This wonderful and totally intentional feature is called the bed logging protection. But hold your horses, folks, because that ain't the only safety feature the Tana has. It's got the impossible throne. See, this double safety feature is on the toilet, and it prevents you from that oh-so-common cause of death in Star Citizen of being flushed out into space during quantum travel. Not only does Tana not allow you to sit on that throne, that's spelled without an H, but you also can't even get up from the pilot's seat in quantum travel. you're doubly protected. It's got some impressive cargo hauling capabilities too. Can haul an impressive 1 SCU of cargo. I done did a cargo run of scrap metal all the way up from Orison to show you guys. Took it to one of them space stations and look how much I made.
My first space delivery. Greetings, Moon Man. We come in peace. I am Fry, from the planet Earth.
Wise guy, huh? If I wasn't so lazy, I'd punch you in the stomach.
But you are lazy, right?
Don't get me started.
Factor in the cost of fuel, I made plus or minus a big profit. Who needs a bloat penguin when you got a space manta? Unlike its naked brother, the core, the Reliant Tana is great at almost fitting the smallest ground vehicles into its trunk. Let's see if we can fit a open Nox into the Tana. Oh, the Reliant pooped on the pad. Oh, so maybe she ain't good at carrying much, but there's still some other features worth mentioning. We got the cockpit visibility in this. When you're sitting in this thing, if you turn your head too quick, you just might see into other dimensions. And the visibility isn't just limited to the pilot seat. Turret visibility is literally unmatched. 360 up and down. Ain't no ship can give the gunner this much sight, not even the Scorpius. You got an alert gunner, ain't nobody gonna sneak up on you. What else? Oh yeah, there's the anti-theft landing gear. If some fool succeeds at actually stealing your ship, the unaware pilot is gonna die pretty quick when he turns off the landing gear. Wings will pop up vertical and it'll destroy him. Why, this ship is more dangerous on takeoff than landing. That's what I call security. Now, why is the Tana my daily driver? Well, it all has to do with what I call the bubble of doom ratio.
I'm afraid we need to use math.
I hate spending half my game getting into and out of ships. It's more annoying than exiting Crusader. The bubble ratio is how I judge a ship. Start at 0 and add a point for every door or ramp you need to get from outside to the cockpit. Multiply by 2 for every ladder, elevator, or tedious animation you need to sit down. Well, this is scored just like golf, so higher numbers are worse. Lastly, if you ain't got a quantum drive, we aren't counting you. Give me a PTV that can QT jump and I'll count it as a 0. Until then, ground vehicles are worthless. I ain't got all day to wait on elevators, and I can't waste my precious time. I got 1 SCU of cargo to haul up from Orison. And the Tana, 1 door, oh, perfect. So you don't have to stop and pick your butt at every freaking door. Not a single ladder or elevator in sight. No animation neither. You all want to know what's even better? That one ramp? You don't even need to open it to get out. Some folks call this a glitch. I call this the best feature in the game. And CIG, I hope you never fix it. With this big flat pancake baldy, no need to wait for these dang doors to open all day long. You just zip, whoop, right on out. I said zip, whoop, right on out. There we go. And if you got a vertical hanger, you can do the same dang thing. Lastly, the Tana's mighty dangerous in a fight. With loads of missiles that only occasionally blow its own wings off, and a handful of weapons that spontaneously delete themselves, your enemies have finally got a fighting chance.
You're outmanned, you're outgunned, you're out-equipped. What else have you got?
Guile.
Because the Tana is a terror on the battlefield.
The hell are they?
Admiral, the commander of the Reliant is signaling. He wishes to discuss terms of our surrender.
Do it. While we still have time.
In hindsight, this wasn't the greatest idea.
What was that? Gary, are you okay? Gary? Gary?
Oh, the Tana, don't you dare disagree. It's the best dang dinged up daily driver out there.
It's a good starter ship, I guess, if you're not really focused on combat. But when you're talking about buying this ship for the purpose of doing a VHRT bounty, trash.